Okay, so something else y'all are confused about because when I was in that shelter, I said that there were some people there that were there for permanently. They had been there for years. That's because it wasn't actually a homeless shelter. It was an SRO property. SRO stands for Single Residence Occupancy. It's different than a homeless shelter, but it's also an establishment set up to help people who can't afford an apartment or might be homeless or for whatever reason. So technically, I guess you could say I wasn't even in a shelter. Since y'all want to be so nitpicky, well, you were in a shelter for a month. I was in an SRO, which is not the same as a homeless shelter. But it still doesn't change my status because I was staying there in an emergency situation while waiting for my shelter, my housing to be completed. There is a difference between a homeless shelter and an SRO. The fact that all of you are confused and don't understand what these things mean does not mean I'm lying. Okay? You know, your ignorance is not my fault. You could easily Google all of this instead of bringing up your lies and theories and spreading them and making me have to address them and fix them because and even now you're going to say, well, you never said it was an SRO before, you said it was a homeless shelter. Yeah, probably did, because in my mind it was the same thing, but technically it wasn't. It was an SRO. I misspoke when I called it a homeless shelter because it was technically not a homeless shelter, it was technically an SRO. So, my bad for misspeaking on that, but there's not that big of a difference. You know, y'all nitpick and split hairs over the tiniest little things, and there is very little difference. There, the SRO is just a different type of program set up to help people.